In today's video, I go into having a voice and having your own opinion. And I start from a place of where I used to be, of this desperate neediness of like needing others' opinions and their ideas and their validation, and then going into a place where I actually could have my own opinion. So today I am starting a series this week of around this idea of desperate kind of pulling or neediness. And it's like this energetic kind of thing where you need validation or approval or information from people. And for me, what I found is like it's this pulling kind of thing where I'm pulling it in from outside of me and almost forcibly, rather than actually finding it from within. And so the example today is around years ago when I started in the visual effects industry. We would always go out, there would be a group of us, and we would go out for dinner or we would go out to movies or something, and every time I never actually had my own opinion or voice, I just went along with the group, which at the time was great. Like it was great being able to hang out with these friends, and it's like I felt like I did belong and I connected with these people. So it's not that it was a bad situation or like these were not things I didn't want to do. But I started to realize over the years that I wasn't always really, satisfied, or I wasn't always really happy in myself. And it's because what I ended up starting to realize is that I would seek out everyone else's opinions and ideas, and then I would take that on as my own, rather than actually starting with and owning my own opinion, and really stepping into knowing who I am and knowing what I want. Then like years later, I started hanging out with this friend, and we'd go out for dinner or we'd go do things together. And now the roles were reversed, where I was actually the one saying, hey, let's go to this place and let's have dinner at this, let's do this or that. And he would then just follow along. And at a certain point, I would ask his opinion, what he wanted. And he never actually would really step into being like, this is ideas, this is what I want. He just kind of followed along. And I found that I actually was quite disappointed, because like I wanted to know his opinions too. Like I wanted to know what he truly wanted to do. And like I felt like as we both, stepped into who we were, what we wanted, we would light each other up, like, oh, you like doing this, oh great, oh let's do these things together, and oh let's share these things that we love and that we want to do in life. But instead, it was kind of like I was the one going, hey, let's go do this. And he just followed along, and it was like, oh, that's actually not that fun. You're just following along. So I offered that example up because years later, I then started to realize that as I stepped into my power, as I stepped into who I was and knowing what I want and knowing who I am, as I stepped into those things in me, then I'm meeting other people that are like that too. And it's like we're these little beacons of light lighting each other up, where it's like, oh, good, we can have fun and do these things together. We enjoy together. Rather than it being like, oh, I'll just follow you along, and I'll just follow what the group wants and not really have my own opinion. And even the energy in that is kind of like, oh, this is not as, okay. So I offer those examples up, and on my Patreon page as well, I go into these things of exploring who you are, to really find who you are, and through things in the body, connecting to your body and yourself, through journaling prompts or ideas, and through meditations, and all of these things, I really help you start to find you. If you're like me years ago, I just did follow along and I didn't know who I was. And it took a while for me to find it. And so through the Patreon page, the link is below, these things can help you start to explore and really find you, step into you. So check it out. But again, it really is about finding and stepping into that power in yourself and being able to have your voice and your opinion. Because that was the thing that I never did. Like, I never shared my opinion. And yeah, at the time, I thought what everyone else's opinion was became my opinion, rather than it, again, like it's starting from within me and going, oh, this actually is what I really am aligned with in myself. And if you have been through similar situations where you're noticing that you are, doing these things of like trying to fit in, I would be curious, mention some things in the comments below, and start to see in yourself where you're doing that. Start to really see, like, are you actually, like picking up on everyone else's opinions and taking that in as your own, rather than actually finding your voice and your opinion. But do share, and do hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And thank you again. I'll see you in the next video.